So, what's up, guys? We are very excited to be here. We want to give major props and big ups to Kimberly House and the House Foundation for hosting us. Dr. Blythe, Dr. Blythe, Dr. Blythe. She is just so awesome. Just to hear her and everything that she's doing for us, and everything that she said makes so much sense. So it's just a blessing to have her on.
Yeah, we really appreciate everybody for having us. We got to give a shout out to my man Kazi, man, with the Standing 8 movie. It's definitely been a big influence in my life, and us being male warriors, that movie really touched my heart. So shout out to you, Kazi, man. We definitely appreciate it. Understanding that we are, the 10% of people that's diagnosed with lupus. And just understanding just offhand that women, predominantly dominate the lupus scene. But looking at myself and Emmitt Henderson, we are that 10% of men that do battle with lupus. And from that, I just want to ask you, Emmitt, just from your standpoint, your own personal standpoint, how did you feel after you got diagnosed with lupus?
Man, it was wild, Dion. It was wild and crazy. When I first got the word that I had systemic lupus, of course, just like Kazi was like, what is that? We don't know. Those words came across me, and the way it came across me was it was told that it was rare for me to have a woman's disease because of my ethnicity, my age, and my gender. So that was kind of hard to accept, all kind of things were going through my head at that time. So with my lupus journey, my journey goes back to 1980, where as a young kid, I had developed basically discoid lupus, but was not diagnosed at the time. That was all over my face, all over my chest and my shoulders. I had rashes that was actually hurting, as well as fevers that was just like off the charts on temperature. So fast forward 15 years after that, that's when I started having the joint pains. So the joint pains were coming off and on. As a man with lupus, I tried to keep pushing because I'm not going to let some aches and some pains take me into the hospital to get diagnosed. And when it got so severe that I ended up going into the hospital, I ended up getting dismissed because x-rays didn't show nothing wrong. They just told me to take painkillers. They told me to go home and call it a day. So, okay, so guess what? I continue on months and months later, almost a year later. Now I'm getting internal pains. Still can't explain what it is. Still didn't take me to the hospital. I basically got forced by my job to go because they saw me in peril. They saw me in pain. Finally went. The pains that I were having were coming from my kidneys. Didn't even know. I was already in kidney failure. Didn't even know. So then from there, I was in the hospital for such a long time. Test after test finally revealed from a rheumatologist, which I didn't even know what that title was, systemic lupus. So, man, it was crazy to hear about that. Lupus took me through a ride, though, because from there, I had almost every organ and system affected in my body. One of the biggest ones that I went through was heart failure. After heart failure, putting my family through a scare, they had to put me in an induced coma to basically protect my heart that I don't end up passing away during the heart failure. So luckily, with faith in God and prayers and family, I got through that. I ended up coming back out. Now I had to go back to rehab to learn how to walk and talk and do everything all over again that I never thought as a young man I would go through that age and do. So from there, lupus with the kidney failure, I ended up getting lucky and having a kidney transplant after going on a year with peritoneal dialysis. Had a kidney transplant, blessed from my brother. Lupus had already affected my spleen. I had liver disease, restricted lung disease, where I was carrying oxygen for such a long time. I had all kind of ulcers going down through my throat, which was chronic, that I had to have a feeding tube at times because of that. And then, of course, with Sjogren's syndrome, rheumatoid arthritis, Raynaud's, I can go with shingles, gout. Recently, I had my gallbladder taken out. I had a stroke in 2018, and then now in 2019, they found the issue with my brain. So lupus has left a mark on my brain that to this day, we're still fighting. We're still trying to find a diagnosis. But my story is wild, D. It's crazy. And as a man with lupus, man, it's kind of one of those things where we got to keep pushing no matter what, And now that, everybody heard how I went about it, what was my story, I'm going to ask you the same thing. with everything that you endured. You know, you the man, you looking good, bro. I can't say much about you, but what was going through your mind? What was going through your mind when it happened?
It was crazy, man. When I first got diagnosed, like I was sitting in the hospital, man, and I went a couple times just to the ER. You know, just like they say, they gave me painkillers. They were just like, look, take this. I'll be home for a couple of days, and then I'm right back at them. Not even thinking about, you know, in my wildest dreams that I would have lupus. So I got it. I got admitted in a hospital one time for like 2 weeks. And then I ended up staying there for a long time. And then 2 weeks turned into like a month. And then a month turned into like, and they keep running these tests. And I'm like, what's going on? So finally, man, they ended up doing surgery and they took a lymph node out. So when they took that lymph node out, you know what I'm saying, they tested me for cancer and everything. And come to find out, man, about 2 days later, the doctor came in. He said, "You have lupus," and that scared the crap out of me. Like it scared the piss out of me, bro. Because I was lupus. Like man, like I tell everybody, I thought I was going to die. Like I just thought that was it for me. So I immediately just started crying. Like I had nothing else to do but just cry because people fear what they don't understand. So I didn't understand what lupus was. So initially that fear just hit me just right then and there. And man, wow, yeah. I mean, and then, man, it was like that was 2010 then, and man, from there on, when I tell you, it's just been surgery after surgery. After, you know, when things start going good, then you have a real good period, and then it'll back down again to just like just downtime, and then you're back hospitalized. You know, and me being a professional drummer, man, you know, it's one of those things where I'm always on the go and on the road. So if I'm laying up in the hospital bed, like, oh man, it's just not a good feeling. You know, I was diagnosed with pericarditis too as a side effect of my lupus. So I had to watch my heart and just everything, like everything, just really as a man. Like I say, it really took a lot out of me mentally because as a man, you know, you just when you get diagnosed with a women's disease, immediately you start to question yourself. You know, but you know, I got to be strong and be like, look, man, you know, this. You know, I know I'm 100% man. You know what I'm saying? But when you get diagnosed in a situation like that, in a disease that's rare and that the world doesn't really recognize, it makes you feel some type of way. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, man. But I ask you this, and it's two important factors. Okay, two important factors, and I want everyone to understand this. It's two important factors to beating lupus. And Amy, could you tell me one of those factors, please?
Well, on my behalf, I think one of the major ones out of the two is definitely mental health. Because for me, with everything that I had been through, I had to keep my mind focused on no matter what lupus brings to me, I got a life to live. I got 2 kids to support. I got a family that depend on me. And the way I was thinking at the time, I got a job that needs me. But it's like I put all of that into my head and was able to tackle everything. One thing in my journey also that I didn't mention was I had an important knee replacement. I also had a shoulder replacement, and then I had a bone marrow stem cell transplant. So with all of those coming at me as a young man at the time, I thought I was strong. I felt, I felt like, just nothing can fade me. It's just that all of that started coming along. I can't let it beat me mentally. Lupus can do what it can in my body, and I'm going to end up recovering. But I felt that if I didn't have the mental strength to get past it, it would be hard for my body to go forward with it as well. And it's not something that mental health comes right away. No, man, you got to practice mental health just like you practice everything else. And what I mean by that is maybe repeating to yourself affirmations, repeating to yourself that you are going to beat this. Take advantage of the support you have around you. Let that feed that strength into you to where you are going to beat this because I got these people that have my back. I come to you all the time, D. You got my back when I need it, and vice versa. But again, it all starts on the mental health part of it, and I think that really got me to my journey. I would not be here today doing what I do today if it wasn't for my mental health.
That's a good point, man.
Lupus, we may be strong as men, but lupus is not that type of disease that we got to take lightly. So grab that mental health from an early standpoint, stand strong, keep firm, and it's okay to feel that you got back down a little bit. It's okay to fall down a little bit, but like that saying, it's how you get up and it's your mental health that helps you get back up and continue what you're doing. You know, so D, for me, that was that's a big thing for me, and that's one of the two. So why don't you tell me what's that second part that you feel?
Okay, I feel it's important, man, and to me, I think physically, you have to understand what your body can and can't do. Once you're diagnosed with lupus, it's so important that you understand your body, what your body can do and what it can't do. At the end of the day, no matter what people think, may say, may feel, or even have to say, you have to understand your body. That was the hardest part for me because, like I say again, playing drums and being drumming every day, that's my life. But at the end of the day, I can't be that same drummer like I used to be before I got diagnosed with lupus. So I had to adjust my mindset as well. But I had to understand that physically, man, it took a toll on me drumming at times. A lot of people used to look at me and they say, "Hey, man, D, why are you so tired? You know, you don't look like you're tired. You don't look like you're sick." But at the end of the day, that's the inner battle with lupus that we all deal with. But on the outside, we all look fine. But understanding that your body needs rest. I'm telling y'all, your body has to get rest. You have to combine the mental with the physical. And that's how you beat lupus because at the end of the day, lupus is unpredictable. It comes and goes whenever it wants to. So understand this, everybody. You have to combine the mental stability, just like Emmitt said. Once you get the mental down pat, then it controls your body and all the functions. But the hardest thing for me, Emmitt, man, for real, man, was trying to, like, I'm still trying to do what I used to do and just can't do it. You know,
Hey, as strong men, man, it's hard, but we have to accept it and keep it moving.
Yes.
We got
Yes. I wanted to say this though. I know everybody been talking about the Lupus Dream Team, the Lupus Dream Team. Now, we've been hearing it. Yeah, there you go. We got our shirts on. We represent. Everybody talking about the Lupus Dream Team now. I mean, so just let the world know. Let the world know how we came about it, what's our mission, what we gonna do, and how we gonna keep it rolling.
Well, as you guys know, in the beginning on the intro, I am the CEO of Male Lupus Warriors. Dion is #BeatLupus. When I came on the scene about a year and a couple months ago, I was kind of discouraged because I didn't see nobody else advocating on the men's side. And then all of a sudden, this dude popped up named Dion Langley and Beat Lupus. And I'm like, oh, let's check this out. I see his game. I see what he's doing. I'm impressed. I'm weight just dropped off of my shoulders thinking, okay, I'm not the only dude doing this. So I got to know this brother. Now he ends up being a brother of mine. I got to admire what he did or he's doing. And to me, that is just a strong bond that we both build on each other. We were doing each other, following each other. He was just respecting everything. And then, you know, in later on in the summertime, early summer, we sit down, we start talking, chopping away, and we were like, Emmitt, you know, we got two good platforms. What if we combine and make a third platform? And to me, it's like, I am so game. I am so down. Let's do it. And what we bring as the Lupus Dream Team is different from Male Lupus Warriors, different from Beat Lupus. We have a platform that we are trying to make and put above what we're doing. But now instead of two good organizations, now you got three. You got two men that are out there advocating for lupus, putting out their inspiration, putting out their strength, putting out there what a lot of people were thinking. We just actually doing it. See, so, you know, it's one of those things, D, to where I think that this type of collaboration is what the community from the very you were barking loud. I came along. I'm barking loud, and now guess what? We barking loud together. And the thing is, we consistent. So be consistent, man. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. So that's a blessing. It's such a blessing to team up with you to do this because now, again, we got three good platforms that we are bringing. And it's very rare for men to have lupus, but what's even more rare is the men speaking out on it. But you ain't got that with us.
That's it. That's the thing. That's the thing. The thing of it is that we have to speak out. A lot of times people wonder why lupus get pushed to the side. Like, man, I'm tired of getting lupus, being pushed to the daggone backbone. For real. It really bothers me every day. But we get that because we don't speak out like we should. There's so many men in our area, so many men around the world that has lupus. Me and Emmitt are trying to bring a different aspect and a different look to let you all know, hey, it's okay to have lupus. You still can accomplish your dreams, your goals. You can still live life. I got diagnosed in 2010. I'm still here. You understand what I'm saying? So, bro, listen, our time might be short, but this is what we're going to do. We would love for anybody, we're going to open up the floor to any type of questions that you may have for the Lupus Dream Team. Anything that, that you want to throw out here at us, we here. We just appreciate all the love. And we here for you guys. So if y'all got any questions before our time is up, we would love to answer. We would really love to answer.
So I hope you can see him, D, because I can't see him. So I hope.
I just see a lot of people that saying thank you for for repping this. They all the love. We just appreciate everything.
You guys have one question. Someone asked, how did your family help you?
Oh wow. Okay. Listen, I have a great support system. My kids. Let me tell you something, man. My kids are so amazing. My uncle, man, they call him Hot Shot, man. Like when I tell you, they were the centerpiece for just making sure that I'm where I'm at today. Like my daughter really took on the lead role because at the time she was the oldest, and when I couldn't do at the house, my daughter really stepped up. So my kids, man, like shout out to my kids. I love y'all. I love y'all all day. You got it in me.
For me, it was one of those things that as a man, I hid it for such a long time. I didn't want to say anything. And as soon as I did let my family in, I kind of thought I was going to get some pushback because I'm that strong person that don't need help. But no, they came to me. They accommodated to everything to me. They were just there 1,000,000%. There were so many years and times I was in a hospital during holidays where they brought Christmas to me. They brought Thanksgiving to me. They brought holidays to me because I'm in the hospital all this time. So they did not let me go unnoticed and without, any type of movement of regret to where, no, he has an illness, he is strong, but they know that under me, with me, that they're going to keep me going, and that's what they did. So my friends came along as well because, again, he's the type of guy that he don't need help. He's the type of guy that got all the answers. When it came to lupus, I didn't have all the answers. And so I may not have showed that I needed the help, but inside I did. And I went to my family who was right there. So years later and today, I preach the opposite about keeping it in. I preach this about, letting it out because I did the opposite. I held it in. I didn't let people know. And now that I've seen the benefits of it, you definitely got to have family support and keep it there with them. They will not abandon.
That's it, man. And Emmitt, man, I'm gonna say this too, and I need everybody to really understand this. Your circle, your love circle, is so important when you have lupus. I will say your love circle is so important when you have lupus because if you have a negative love circle around you or negativity, guess what that adds? Stress. When you get stress in your body, stress is the #1 killer. I'm gonna say this right now. Stress will tear you all apart. And so just understand your love circle that you have is so important. So I'm just blessed to have a great love circle. Emmitt's part of my love circle. We the Lupus Dream Team. At the end of the day, we're gonna look out for each other. We're gonna care for each other, and we just gonna keep it 100, and we're gonna keep it real about getting the word out about lupus. Okay, every day ain't a good day, but it's always tomorrow. So be prepared for a better day tomorrow. Okay. I'm looking. I don't know if we got any more questions. If it is, somebody please ask or let me know before our time is up.
The next question is, what advice would you give a young man who is newly diagnosed?
Oh. Okay. I'll get this. As a young man who is newly diagnosed with lupus, first thing that you have to do, this is going to be the hardest thing to do, is you have to swallow your pride and accept it. Okay, I dealt with what I dealt with because for years I didn't accept that I had lupus. So when I didn't accept it, guess what I did? I hid behind it. I wasn't confident. It brought more wear and tear on my body, mentally and physically. Okay, just like Emmitt say all the time, if you're not mentally strong, then it's going to wear you down. Then physically, you cannot make it dealing with lupus. So the first thing that I would suggest is to just swallow your pride as a man, put that male ego aside, and you have to accept it.
That's it. And Dion, so if I could piggyback on that, not only just accept it, But it's also okay, like Dr. Bly said, there's a section in there where release. It's okay to open up. 95, when I got sick, it was hard for me to do it because I didn't have the support. If a young man is diagnosed in this time right now, we are here to talk. You can release to us, and there's no judgment. We've been through it, so we want to help. So any young man that's out there that's going through it now, hit us up. I talked to an 18-year-old woman today that, bless her heart, she was diagnosed recently, and for her to be recommended to come to me, that right there just melted my heart. So come to me as a lupus advocate to help this young child at 18, young adult, sorry. It's just one of those things where accepting it, releasing it, and one thing I told her that it was okay to cry. It's okay to release it, to let it out. Do not hold it in as a young man. Yeah, you got the world ahead of you, the world in front of you, but it's okay to release. Release to your family. Release to us, people that walked in your shoes. Eventually, you're going to be walking in our shoes. You are going to know what it is. So, young men, stay strong no matter what. There is help. Seek it. Get over it and conquer it. Get over the fact that there are no people out there that can help you, because there is. We are here. Right, D?
That's it. Always, man. We always here. And listen, for the young man and the young women, anybody that have any questions, especially men, listen, I want y'all to reach out to us, okay? Listen, you can reach us on our social media platforms, okay? We got the Lupus Dream Team, okay? That's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Lupus Dream Team. Just type in Lupus Dream Team, you'll find us. Okay, if you need to email us, it's the Lupus Dream Team. One word, the Lupus Dream Team @gmail.com. If you need Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The next question is, how can female lupus warriors support you and make men feel welcome and included? Like, for example, at support groups.
Oh, that's listen. We appreciate you ladies having a strong voice. We wouldn't have the courage. We wouldn't be where we're at today if we didn't see or didn't hear or didn't see what y'all ladies were doing before we even got on the scene. Y'all are the voice of reason. Like, ladies, y'all run y'all mouth. Y'all know how to run y'all mouth. Y'all got it. Get it out there. So all we do is piggyback. Okay? All we do is piggyback off that loud voice that you all have. And we're just being that voice of reason for the men. But without the ladies doing what you all doing, we wouldn't even have had the strength and courage to come out. Listen, when I wanted to step out about lupus, I had to ask the female. I ain't asked no truth about it. So at the end of the day, you all keep doing what you're doing, and we really applaud you guys, and we love you, and just keep it up.
You know what? And I'm not going to say y'all run your mouth, because we want to hear what y'all have to say. And I know it didn't mean it.
Let me talk. We love y'all, but they talk.
But I think what it is that in the very beginning, I was one guy on plenty of Zooms where I was the only guy compared to the women. But what the women did to make me feel open, and what I encourage you women to do, is that when there is a man that's on there, that the subject should not be circled all around the women. Because lupus, even though we're a small percentage of it are men, lupus still is with all of us. So we may all go things. But when I was on there and women were talking about, well, their cycle, when they was talking about being pregnant, it's like, I'm just sitting there like, all right, I'll just listen for now. And it was kind of hard to get involved. But then when the question came to me and somebody asked me, then I was able to put my spill out. So men wants to be accepted in these groups. It's easier for them to talk and open up when they feel that they are. Again, we admire, adore, and are inspired by you women for everything that you guys do. We, as me, Dion, as the Dream Team, we just want to let y'all know that, yes, we get lupus too, and we want to be in the fight with y'all as well. We appreciate being accepted by you, because y'all has showed us so much love on everything that we do, to where it makes us pump out more inspiration, motivation, and strength and everything. So I would definitely do that. Acknowledge the men with lupus. Give them that platform to where I'm going to feel brave to talk about it, because y'all received me.
We love you guys. Yeah, we love you guys. It's not about separation. It's about bringing everybody together. So at the end of the day, if we can join in on a conversation with you guys, it's helping us just as well as helping you guys. We all in this together, and that's the goal of the Lupus Dream Team.
You guys have about 3 more questions. The next one is, can you speak to the disparities you've experienced disproportionately affects people of color?
Hey, D, let me go off on that one real quick, because one of the biggest things is that as men, and especially as African American men, one of the biggest things back in the day for us was lack of resources, lack of medical care, for us to even acknowledge, to even go look for a doctor. So all of that kind of played a role to where maybe that percentage is a lot higher than 10%, but a lot of men maybe can't get to the doctors to get diagnosed, or like I did back in the day, brush off some pain, brush off some aches, and just take it laying down thinking everything is going to be okay. So with us, again, it's more of the challenges are out there, but if you're not a voice for yourself, if you don't advocate for yourself, you're going to be part of that statistic that you are not getting that help. But is it really, whose fault really is it? Where does some of the blame go? You always got to put something on yourself. And for me, it was, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to tell the doctors everything that's going on. They got to take care of me. They got to see me. I have insurance. I don't have insurance. Something has to be done, but you just can't avoid and hide the fact. So advocate for yourself. Be that voice that they want to give you the attention, but they can't do anything if they don't know. If they don't know.
Be loud. Be loud. Run your mouth. Right? Be loud. That's all I can say. Be loud. Be the oddball. Be the one. If everybody's going left, go right. Because when you go different, you just stand out. Nobody even knew what we were doing when it came to this whole lupus walk, unless me and Emmitt had the courage to just stand out and just be different. So just be different. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Someone says, I have no support system, but I have learned to fend for myself. I know Emmitt.
Okay.
And for knowing me, you get 100% from me. Now, guess what? You're getting 100% from this dude right here. So you know me. You're going to know Dion. You're going to know the Lupus Dream Team. We will not judge anybody, turn anybody away. We are here for everything. We're an open book. He gave y'all the email, thelupusdreamteam@gmail.com. You guys can get in touch with me, get in touch with D. Again, if we don't answer right away, we definitely will answer. But thank you for the support, and we are here as well.
Last question. Are other men sympathetic to your illness and understanding?
No. And no. The only reason everybody's not sympathetic is because they don't know. They don't understand lupus. They don't like people don't even bother to take the time to understand what lupus is. And when they see it, that it's like, okay, but then there's some that do know, and the first thing that they'll say is, you got a female disease? So they initially put us in that weak or that I'm not a man category. So they're not sympathetic only because they don't know and they don't understand. That's the purpose of what Emmitt and myself is doing with this Lupus Dream Team, is to get that word out so that they can understand, so that people can be sympathetic, so that we can get more research, so more men could come out and say, listen, we need this, you know what I'm saying? But sympathetic right now, I'll be honest, man, I'm from Virginia, P-Town. They ain't giving you no sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it is.
And you know what? I think everything that Dion said makes sense, other men, but education is key. Education is key. The close ones around you in your circle will take the time to get educated, understand what you're going through, and will be cool with it. The days that I were telling my boys, I can't hang out with y'all tonight, or I got to get home early, yeah, they just dismiss me like, okay, why are we hanging out with you? But if they're not educated on what's going on with you, not that you got to tell everybody all the time. Real friends won't judge you. Real friends will honor how you feel, which that's something that they have to do for you. So definitely, it's one of those things.
All right, that's all the questions. Do you guys have anything else before you leave?
Yeah, we just want to make sure, and we just want to just say, listen, thank you all. If you want to get in touch with us again, it's the Lupus Dream Team. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. If you need to email us, thelupusdreamteam@gmail.com. If you need to follow me, I'm #BeLupus on Facebook, Dion Langley, IG Drum for Lupus, Beat Lupus Apparel. So we're here. We're here. And like I said, I really appreciate you guys. Any
and for me, if you guys are not following me, you can follow me on Facebook at my name, at Emmitt Henderson III. You can also follow me on Facebook under my page, Male Lupus Warriors, and you can follow me on Instagram at Male Lupus Warriors. I'm also on Twitter too, under Male Lupus Warriors as well. So we're trying to keep everything going. Me and Dee, thank you guys very much. We appreciate all the love and support that you guys give to us. It's a daily thing that we work hard to put what we have to put out there, not because we want attention, it's because we want people to recognize lupus. We want people to understand what we've been through, and now here we are fighting for lupus, advocating for lupus. We got y'all back. We got y'all back. So with that said, from all of us, we love you. Again, Kimberly House, we love you. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you.
And Dee, let's tell them who we are, bro.
You already know.
Lupus Dream Team.
Lupus Dream Team. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you.